sumina susse.
Oh, baby, this one you want can you?
Mama sumi wae.
When you have women with you,
Mama sumi wae. Yatabuwa kwa didi sumina susse.
Abusia enenso yemwadwo emwakwa abade oba Kintom TV ye ho asem dwumadi a ye de brew e branda enwumre bia nonkron aba pa ho sima aduasa ekro ekosi ni nondu eso no ena wani gusu a wo hwei yemwakwa abasonko kwan so pa ye da wasese abre biara no woje bre na oni yetena ewo dwumadi so na ye nyina ye bowura twere kunkunum ne yesa wura eniema wodo mu ehunu de bia ye duro ba bia ye fie bebia ye duro ene bebia ye kro asida pesie ene ye de ma se abrebia woje bre na oni yen etena sa pepepe ye ho asem dwumadie de se de da meka no eye dwumadie a eye mene wo mienu ene obi biara ena edie esanse wo ho asem wom me ho asem wom obiara nso ho asem wom ebredu mabedwafo aye krado ewo fie ha ne sente no yensa ebre kra ye de be hwehwe so sesi a na se de wonim no da no abibiara no esansa wo kan hunti utumi de wo messages eba ema yenso yetumi ekenkama say ya adwenkyere anase contribution number ubetumi ede afaso aba eye 0561358262 0561358262 eno ne number ubetumi de wo SMS ne WhatsApp messages aba ama ya kenkama afefefe sana ye dwumadie ne ekoso no so ye bie kwantumum a utumi ebaso ebekire wadwene anase ubebisa wasem eno ye phone no eno number ye didi djuma no ensesa ye 0531444816 0531444816 ne sente no hye nso sana ebredu na se ye bie amatrofo ne tuma wonso watumi afre abaso na oni yen abedi djumadi kama sa ana me koso nso aka wo se ubetumi anya o Facebook Kintom TV GH Facebook Kintom TV GH ubetumi enya yen ho sa na akọ YouTube nso a eno nso African Hebrews in Ashanti eno ne ye YouTube account eno nso ubetumi ahwe live ewo ho nom enanwumre dwumadi ene aha ayehyehyehye hwe enkrata ahodo a brothers fania ne brother anavia de abegu table so atum se ne no ampaya edwa ne santi me nchere ho kra meko abedafo no makoma wakwaba ne ye de dwumadie no ahyehye so ano no brothers fania memo wakwaba
we dey Asem de meje so
sana brother anavia anso memo wakwaba said ye wa hye white de it's like said ye wadi inkunim bi no na asekire bi wo ho ana
asekire wo kakra bi
sound okay emrenin krabia ene bekire na sabrede ma memfa akonye so na memfa encha kase ma opening kase na na bodi so adwa eye adwumawura ono enti ena ene yete baabie nana onkwa so ye chia osronko kwan so pa sana iron boy so ame magazine ena wo one dollar man kwaku ananse ene enuanom amwo so ame magazine zone 3 momfa dwumadie eni agrokra mechia mo na nwumre minim sesa abre mu abojenku ewo mo kasafoni ne ho a mo ne ye edi dwuma kama yeda masepa asem wata ye chifre mresantin abepem sa abre kosora kachire onua bi nso se dwumadie no ahya ase ne senti no omo mpinchen ne nkasamfoni e na ye nyina ye momu enka ye ho asem kama brother anabia mame en start enfri wo so enne yasan ababiem dwumadie no the rise of the Messianic Civilization yaye part 1 yaye part 2 ene yede part 3 etwaso sen ena owo edema atiefo ene enwumre just 1 minute na fe yemfa dwumadie ne enhyehyɛ so
FMB medasi ahwefo emamu nyina akwaba eba Kintom TV dwumadie so ye ho asem ebe se bosume koba bosume nan me fa se bosume nan anisa ana ye ne ahwefo ana ye ne oman Ghana ehia se fi edi nkomo afa ye ho asem ho a e wo twosem mu yɛde nkɔmmɔ no aduru akyiri yie paa na yɛduru mpɛmpɛnso bi a ehia ma Ghana man nyinaa nti mefa akwanya wei so ama ahwɛfoɔ nyinaa akɔ aba at the same time nso system esi wɔ brɛ ma mekyia wo me maame nante no ne ho mfa no koraa sɛ deɛ ɔbaa de adom ne ho yɛ mekyia no abrewatia mekyia wo paa
ɔbaa de nsa yare
ana adoni ya ene ak kojo na me nua ba mekyia wo western region they say o ma ye ward enya agro kra mekyia mu nyina ana me mahibu fo nyina ka samayak muadim lefeka
eno so ase ne sen
duba tabani ya
okay all right
ya ka hibu kaba akra
mama matum okay let us say enya asem ketwa sentina me bisa wadi nkuni bia no
spiritual new year hibu spiritual new year na ewura mu every pam no ye be kirekire ni nyina mu na sabe de ye ma obia afinhia pa
okay every pam ye be kirekire mama nko brothers afani ya so brothers afani ya
we dey SMD
ene na me ba wo su ide na chese ye tu apa no ni science no fa ye tu ni enko ye nim na ebre no eni afa krakrakrakra
yo me dey SMD edin kan no ye dey aseda ayi kanfo ne enmunyam be mo yahuwa kado Israel ye janu nyankopon se enenso bra ene 26 September Gregorian calendar mwasa na making 2023 na on say ahihye white kakra
ade na mamo manyi masutra ma nso manhye bi
okay ebe duru so enche enra yedi afahye bi ayato ne din se atonement na every time we ka ho asem se de wo ka no
okay
enti ebe ma yenuanom Hebrewfo nyina ka samiyak muadim lisimka happy holy appointed seasons we ye spiritual new year emum ena yawura no ye chia ahwefo nyina na se de na akanavia eche mpanyimfo bi no meso me wo mpanyimfo bi a mechia omu efo ya wo pogo ye chia wo mampon afi akadonia oboase ena yenua wo eye kojo amprofi ofadan ye chia mu nyina
okay
ye mo bia ka samyak.
All right, what here we dey ene na yen hwe yen topic eda apaso say sa topic we ya na part 1, part 2 and part 3 ene dey koi. I say the rise of the Messianic Civilization. I say omo amoni edi djuma die mo nim babia ye free ni babia ye duro na ye beto aso ne sent brothers of Fania fie wrem.
Yo minu ya SMD masom na topic we ni part 3 ni ekon. The rise of the Messianic Civilization.
Okay.
Na o de batwi mu a ye be kan se eye agifo ebre ahyase na ene ye part 3 na Messiah ya kam Messiah ho asem bebrebe
No correct.
na be say 2 weeks ago ya share political messiahs.
Okay.
Ya bom kroma kan ho asem bebrebe na bebrebe kura free sa fe de ye politics da be enye politics na na ye na mom na ye de link de nti asa na mani nyina sisi ye ne ye mo ate ase
Okay.
ni nyina wo historical background nti na ekotwetwe ni nyina bewura mu ya hwa political messiahs no bebrebe ene ye call the Anointed ena Hebrew mu ye kan say Mashiach Mashiach
okay
ena Greek for kan say Christos
okay
but ye Greek for nti no ye mpe Christos no
ye fede
ye be fa Mashiach no
okay
aha
kejegu mami
na ene yaba na ye kase Anointed a ye share the rise of the Messianic Civilization as no ye ka kire mo say ye kase obi Anointed a na say nipa no e obi a yasra no
yeah
uti
mitie pa
aha obi a Nyankopon e kasa kire direct
okay
enye obi a wabewu di ni boja aji bibi e dey friend anointed person enu ti ye ka anointed people abebrebe wo tro nim David mu nyina no mu ye anointed people
okay
I want say the city enu ti me kuta book bu ha no mo a Mema Ak Anavia aka bibi kakra wo mamaye. Book no kra din de The Rise of the Messianic Civilization. Aba Gado Benami book. Eti ubeka bibi kakra wa ha. Amaye.
Okay. Okay. The Rise of the New Messianic Civilization.
Okay.
Abba Benami book. Okay. Also, we begin first with a Messiah.
Okay.
The Messiah has been brought under the direct command of God.
Okay.
He has been anointed. The Messiah receives his command from God.
Okay.
And goes forth to anoint, to make a messianic people.
Okay, for mommy. First for mommy. It's your cousin Messiah. Ono no wajin instructions. Every year ho. Say na catch them in mind.
Okay.
Say de na Ezekiel mo time no Isaiah mo time no. Say de no mo ye no mo bom say na Awurade se. Eja say all the kwa kwesi obi so. Say bia honhom bi Messiah honhom bi aba me so. It is a Messiah no catch them say me catch them say there be wo say na Awurade se. I say the command no ye direct enye third party bia. On say the city. Aha. It's your cousin Messiah instructions or gene instructions every year. What can John 8? It's what can be. Or say Major or some man. I will be an otakapa. Or say men Menmujam, Ubu or Heshe, no day, no boo attain. Okay, John 8:50, as I'm making. Now, and son, I be who anointed, no, as a shabak was some kakra.
Okay.
It's a book way. You have to do, sir. Helping you conceptualize the new heaven and the new earth.
Hey, bro, fool. Helping you conceptualize the new heaven and new earth.
Mami me page am pesa kind of mom.
Okay. Abusana meka wo say yen wasam dwumadia na wani guso a wo hwe ye de bro brother nwumre biara abonon kron apɛ mo pepe na ya sha ase e de bro 1885 to 95 CE.
1885 to 1895 CE. So
the appearance of Prophet William S. Colley, Bishop C.H. Mason.
Sa lipa mi no abomudi no mu America. Na no mu ya bibifo. No mu ya sofo.
And other black clergymen who began turning black people into America to their true religion.
It is sofo oh America no mu hunu se tro no Bible no mu nsem no dodo na afa ye ho nti afa omu kasa omu ma black Americans ni hunu se ho asem.
They knew these were the true Jews of the Bible.
Okay.
Also with this reality they introduced their vision of Messianic Zionism.
Enti ebra omu sha se omu kasa kire enipa wo America no abibifo na wo ho no se mo ne Bible mu fo no Israelites no e no mo yes o mbetiku bia e friend say the Messianic Zionism to aso
which proceeded Theodore Herzl idea of political Zionism.
Fabre enti omu transe a omu hihye se omu be criticize Messianic Zionism no e ho e na broni bi a wono so e friend say Theodore Herzl sa papa no wono e writings na wode boaboa Jewfo na abrofo na ohu
na chese before na sha ase
e before we mo e sha ase se omo de sa adwenpo ne gba no omo boaboa doma no e twe omadwuna si Israel asase ne so e ho na broni we smart
e no
take lead no sha ase se wo twere articles na ade e de aboaboa abrofo na no abrofo no mo furo mo Jewfo no ebi wo Germany ebi wo Poland ebi wo Ukraine ebi so go America o sha say o gada wo mo no my fast e di kan wo Israel asase no
and go for the omo share sa dey we asenye
e ti e be show your first picture Theodore Herzl.
Okay, Danny fire first picture eto screen so na any airfo enche e ka wo say ye ho asem dwumadi e na wani gu so awhwe wo nso betumi a join the discussion wo Facebook Kingdom TVGH.
Eti o share picture there that so no a papa na e friend say Theodore Herzl no
oni
on a bobo jim for no na what shall say yakika humum na yenko create a Jewish state yenye fast na before na ni bo ho so I say the city eti papa we di o mani mkan
papa we na nke we ka o yensi echi pa we si o mwachi
pa Daniel dasi ya fruit ye do hezo
okay
na the same book na we kan hands wa mai
okay
baby mama can see you
all right 1948
1948
the United Nations acknowledged the Bible as an authentic documented history of the Jews. This verification of history created a legality to create the modern state of Israel.
Fabre, eti ebra ti do hezo sha se oboaboa edomano ne ade no. Na abrebia omode omu petition ni omu adesrede eko United Nations say omu person omunya omu state. And 1948
yeah.
And the United Nations approve say Bible no a Jew for there. And no be more kwan so mo create a Jewish state. And the man 1948 Jew for etu fa na omo sha say omo ko Israel asase no so sabre na Arabs no omo fa ho enti ne afro ho nyina Palestine. On say the city. Aha. Enti omo ko create a Jewish state. Na omo movement from America ne Poland ne Ukraine now no omo kono. Any biblical evidence bia. Because the Israelites aba hwete na se musa akọ asase ne so a se adwensa kire bi ekoso se mo for process bi mu but we bu no de United Nations mo kwan na omo sha se omo move alcohol. Now at the same time 1954 na before na yaye omo nkwa bebiribi no eduru brebi na uye bibini a say the last time we kan ya no bus ofro bus a etimi ka sa hade abrofo nkwa na to bus li bi wo kra e ma bibini ntimfo school oko school a e wo school sa abrofo nkwa na ekọ afi so class bi wo ho no mo a ye separate abrofo no ko one side near the before no so etua one side say the na to abakura wo US no we bruni a we bibini a ye mount to be okopa adwuma itimi ka say I had ye mpe colored and as black ewa ha white only it is na sa ne ma no ekokoso bebri eno ena ginger mpanyimfuo bi ema omo keka omo hu bo mu a omo tikwo bi a ye friend say civil rights movement the civil rights movement ewo US eniti em say the people na wata mabeto me mo kan bibi kakra
okay
ewo ha
civil rights movement okay this article is about the 1954-1968 movement in the United States. For earlier movements in the United States and other elsewhere, see civil rights movement. Okay.
Okay.
The civil rights movement was a non-violent social movement and campaign for
enti omono ayo madwe se omo nya basabasa ebibifo no ye bekekan ho abom ne atie gu street ne aye demonstration ne amma US aban na hunu se yesoso ye nipa eniti eba no se de mo ye ma abrofo no munye bi maye
se mo me fa ho
aha enti nya se bia na omo kokon ne ade da bi abro bia no omo pe freedom enti omo maachi chese omo twere placard so de kire se yesoso ye nipa enti de wo de ma broni nifa bi maye on say the city
equal rights
enti na omo pe equal right de broni nya no omo so epeso omo nya bi enti Marcus Garvey mo Malcolm X mo na LDVD eye civil rights movement no
okay
na sabra no so no na abrofo no ashase a omo chi omo gumpa omo de nkraman wibi no mu kum bifra on say the city
okay
na at the same time now civil rights movement no Esha ase se epija no. Sabre ni mu na ebibiri ha no. Na independence no. Eyi no ho. Na independence no so eyi no ho no. Na ku enso so etwa so. Edenti ye be hwe bibi kakra wa ha sei. Fa we ni mame.
Okay. Was it coup per country since 1950?
It is since 1950 no. Coups akoso no. Obo krono a
and total attempt.
Anti attempt any dey successful no. Bobo intentem na
I was now for me bo the can any successful one there etimi e course kama. And na the me the second no and so the attempt no entimi enwie pay. Enti you started with Sudan. Successful no 6. And attempts no 17. Burundi 5. 11. Sierra Leone 5. 10. Ghana Yakuruma 5. 10.
Attempt near 10 and a successful no 5.
So the medical actually no medical no the successful one and the betosu mi no the attempt one. Into Ghana yene Sierra Leone yenyina 5 and 10 just yenyina ya bro pepe. Okay, Comoros 4 attempt near 9. Burkina Faso 8 against 9. Nigeria 6 against 8. Guinea-Bissau 4 against 8. Benin 6 against 8. Mali 5 against 8. Republic of Congo 2 against 7. Niger 4 against 7. Chad 2 against 7. Togo 3 against 7. Mauritania 5 against 7. Guinea 3 against 6. Ethiopia 2 against 5.
Those Fabra.
Easy.
And the independence and course wa pa na ku to aso. Ku no so we ye ya nche na foforo so abaye. No we na firi ho.
Eno me bisa say e di entra.
Eno kire say yen Israelites no na yenyem. Biblical term no maka no.
Na ye den.
Na ya fa afuru. Because na ekoso wa US and ekoso wa bibiri mu ha. Ya fa afuro ye ba wo an anointed person and I say ye benya ogefo. Enti abere bia nso Israel and I say the Adamic seed na sha say o Genesis o. O kan Genesis 3 a.
Me wa mama du
o
say o kan ye nyem no me ntiri ya.
Me ba o kan Genesis 3 a wo say me the enmity. Ebe to oba ne seed.
Me the otan
ebe to oba ne seed. Any serpent ni a seed entem it is the Adamic seed no yene ayekuta ya mantle no and I say anointed people no yene seed a da adafo no abre bia no confusion ye try say ye benya an anointed person pe
no more ye free ho
na omo twen say omo beyi nipa na free ho eti kuku na ekoso wa ha bebrebe no na CIA for a war US no. O matena se ehunu se before be Messiah our freedom beba. I don't see obi make attempt say obe lead and I say or the freedom bre bibini bia no. Pa no ma yin free.
Wow.
Pa no ma yin free. Pa no ma yin free. Kan Revelation 12 ma.
Revelation chapter 12 verse number saying
on kan free one number
12 verse 1. Or say 12 verse 1. Nansenche na kese bi yi ni ho adi osoro oba bi ofra owia na osane woni na afi na nsuma dumie na motire bubo ni tri na wa fa afro na wo retiem re ko awo na awo ade no oba na ye kan ho asem no eye Israel no and I said the Adamic seed obara fa afuro opese wo an anointed person wagifo ba na o kan to aso aye nto aso o kan to aso abohunu say satama award na opese wo no sabre na so na the seed of the serpent no so I alert
just
say wo ya ne ba no obefa na mene no
many akosi ade bi
so say this is
one life utimi say aboa bi wo pa na jata gina ho twen
enti sane ma no enye ne na ehya ase okọ the book of Joshua mu a the book of Joshua chapter 8 chapter 9 obi a wo bibia obetimi akokan obehunu say ebra yawo Abraham yeja Abraham no Nimrod ni mpanyimfo ne CS no ehunu ye anunti won ko ka kire tera say oba no say wode ne ba me yi ni firi ho because oba be ye kese ya betu ye hene efiri ho do mu tata Abraham pa nti Abraham papa tera no wode Abraham ko sie cave onya 10 years no ena osuma no efiri area ho no mko no wan chesa Abraham no wa mu ye nti ho no ko nyini ye be 39 years ansa na woba o kan the book of Joshua chapter 8 chapter 9 ewo ho
ene na me bisa say ebi na course nso wo Moses abreso na
na ena me guso amebo boba no
okay na emi za ma pere me ho
ebra ye bewu Moses no yenko Exodus 1 15 to 22
o say na mizem he ka kire Hebrew fo a wogefo a wo mu ba ko dinde Sivra na ba ko dinde Pua no say okoje Hebrew fo ma awo na muhuru dwa no dwa no say oye obarema munkuno na say oye oba de a muma no ntrase
first work akra ede na muhu ye na ni CS no amana hunu say ebraso say Israel anasa adwenkwa bi epie wo Israel mo but ye hu nipa property sa na te ya be ma bi obepie bia no wonyere mfiri ho eti bra civil rights movement epeja wo no mo sore no wa obelidi no na wa ye target e wo US si aye be yiwa firi ho sa so na ye ba bibire mu a kuku na ekoso no nyina so na the same target omu hu nipa kura
oba beje
Israel anasa anointed person obepie wo mu no on say the city
and so ya de ne enim say jama political coup
so sa na ya adwene ye eno achi no wo ba Matthew 2 13 to 15
because aka wo say ye ho asem jumadia no enigu so a wo hwe
Matthew 2
13 to
15 wo say no free okoye no she Awurade bofo yi no wo kire Joseph da emu say so ye fa mofra
tobo ansa sabre we mu no na Israel eshempokire mu Romanfo ensem na awo asa aka Israel biem o se yi awu na ba yede obawo sa awo no ye anointed person asa na ye kan awo aka Israel biem enunti ebra ye wu Yeshua no Romanfo hunu ye enti obofo ka kire Joseph say yede it was
14 no o sore fa mami nsisu bi am tem makam bi ebi akam no ofri okwaye no hwe Awurade bofo yi no ho kire Joseph da ebu say sore fa abofra no na dwa ne komizem na kwatena ho kosi say meka ma kire wo say Herod rebehwehwe abofra no ekunu na o sore fa abofra no na anadwo no ofri okomizem na eho na oho arakosi say Herod wuye na de Awurade na modifo no so kan no aba mu
fesuo sore fa abofra no ne na kwahin
Misrim
na Herod yede edi ndi no open akuno
so be yi na fio obeyi
the seed of the serpent why alert ohunu say ajenkwa bi ba enti ese clear ne firi ho abusanfo abakwasem na edemu na mu no abakwasem na edemu na mu no na yebehwe your first video ebra civil rights movement no omo demonstrations ni ade wo US no the see no yebehwe your first video that your first video
mani Roma yen na me ka so obetumi edo messages afa 0561358262 so
we civil rights movement no omo demonstrations na make ho asem no ebi no but I am next picture as a ohwemu a Said you almost see a yard and a tokwa.
Peaceful.
That be peaceful. A drew baby grandma, a fena, brofuni be crown, a backroom. A peaceful demonstration, I know more. It did I mention a first video, no?
More about the history of the American Civil Rights Movement. The end of the American Civil War in 1865 effectively meant the end of slavery, but African Americans were in for a long struggle before they were finally awarded equal rights. As of 1870, all eligible male citizens were able to vote. However, blacks were discouraged to by violence and eventually legal stipulations. In 1896, the Supreme Court ruled to maintain racial segregation in private businesses in a case called Plessy v. Ferguson. Soon broadened to include schools, many southern states applied this separate but equal mentality to all aspects of life. However, this led to the application of Jim Crow laws, which resulted in blacks being treated as second-class citizens. Segregated schools, public transit, restrooms, water fountains, and more continued well into the 1900s. In 1909, a group of prominent black and white campaigners created the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, or NAACP. Their goal was to increase racial equality and challenge issues like the Jim Crow laws. Unfortunately, it was between 1910 and 1930 that white supremacist group the Ku Klux Klan saw its biggest expansion amid increased racial friction. Following the First World War, the NAACP was devoted to ending lynching by white vigilantes. By mid-century, the group became instrumental in the Brown versus the Board of Education of Topeka court case. This class action suit, filed in 1951, asked that segregation in schools be struck down. Taken to the Supreme Court, the case resulted in the first integrated school in the United States to open in the fall of 1955. Encouraged by the decision, the civil rights movement began to hold high-profile boycotts, marches, sit-ins, and other peaceful protests. These included 1955's Montgomery bus boycott in support of Rosa Parks. A watershed moment came in 1957 when a high school in Arkansas admitted a group of African American students, nicknamed the Little Rock Nine. Protested by fellow students, the governor, and even the state's National Guard, President Dwight Eisenhower eventually intervened to ensure the students' safe passage. By 1962, universities also began integrating, though black students were still met with protests and violence. The Southern Freedom Movement continued into the 60s with support from newly elected President John F. Kennedy and his brother, Attorney General Robert Kennedy. The violence of the Birmingham, Alabama campaign influenced the president to fully endorse the movement.
A great change is at hand, and our task, our obligation, is to make that revolution, that change, peaceful and constructive for all.
On June 19, 1963, he proposed a civil rights bill to Congress, which was approved in 1964 after his death with support from President Lyndon Johnson. The bill struck down existing legislation that allowed for discrimination, and its approval was largely influenced by Martin Luther King Jr. and the March on Washington of August 1963.
With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood.
Capturing the attention of the media and the population, this event attracted hundreds of thousands of people in support of civil rights. Following that, the Voting Rights Act of 1965 ended the prejudiced voting system. Instantly effective, blacks began voting and running for public office. However, just days later, on August 11th, a violent six-day riot in the Los Angeles neighborhood of Watts resulted in 34 deaths. This was indicative of a period of racially motivated violence that occurred in the mid to late 1960s.
Public places. Historian Robert Corley says King and the local civil rights leaders needed this strategy to succeed.
There had been no movement whatsoever in this city toward any form of desegregation of any of its institutions. And so King was saying, if we can win in Birmingham, if we can come to Birmingham and prevail, then we can win anywhere.
King and his followers were met with fierce resistance from the police. Public Safety Commissioner Eugene Bull Connor backed by the majority of white residents, was determined to stop the demonstrations. Without enough volunteers to continue the protests, King and other leaders enlisted hundreds of young school children to keep the marches going and fill up the jails. The young African-American student protesters would gather here on the steps of the 16th Street Baptist Church and hear inspirational speeches from civil rights leaders like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. They would then file from the church and walk across the street to a park where they were determined to demonstrate peacefully for equal rights.
I was arrested after we got about a block away from the church in this area.
Janice Kelsey was 16 years old when she and her schoolmates were jailed.
My mind was made up. I was going to participate. I was going to go to jail. I wanted to get my freedom.
Then on the second day of the student demonstrations, things turned violent. Police turned high-pressure fire hoses on the young people and set attack dogs on them. Birmingham civil rights leader Reverend Calvin Woods was there.
There had been some dog biting, some beating, some killing. Many people were beaten and spit on and put in jail, lost jobs. But those were minor things compared to what we felt we had to do.
The brutal crackdown was widely televised, and images of the event were seen around the world. Robert Corley says this
videos no na yakohwe abano fawo dia enipa epene de enkraman ne nsuohye egu ye so saaro ntino brothers fania to aso me yenko yenim na bre no
yo daddy ya da se ni video no why me to aso wa ha na ebra omo pe omasumwie omo pe equal right ene de keka ho no na abrofo no so tinkrama agum na ye spray omu chese omu titi omu pa at the same time na ya hase so na ehuru den oh say the city of
ku ni ade ekoso
1960s ni de
no chese ayese no bi abo afa wie mu no
enti February 1966 ena Dr. Kwame Nkrumah itu ni firi ade so 24 February na sa February 1966 no last week we catch them say am almost had it into
no correct
the same February na ena ye papa bi sabre no na oyo young boy 27 years ono de ne ekoso wa America ni nyina na omoye demonstration na ye nkrama wibi no on de na odi akire bio ni mum de na odwene ho ne say because ne na aka akire ne pen say omoye Israelites it is na eno na dwendwene say ne ye Israel dia de namu mu ekwan beso e na be fa ye be de ho it na ada na dwendwene it we ye demonstration no de o shede mo o de aye mpaibo che say abrubia no wosu frɛ ya say on kire mu kwan ya emfa so na we na one day bi February now wo da ne bed so no na ikra no nya vision na vision ni ba 45 seconds per
wow
vision e ba ye say time aso say captivity a mu ko mu wo America no mu be free her na mo agedi back to Israel na Exodus no ebe ye 1967 onya vision no February 1966 Brian tu Nkrumah now ya tu political desire no
yeah
and we so enya vision no and to onya vision no February 1966 no and e ka kire say Exodus no na so movement no ebe ye 1967 na yes 1 year and yes o mo de prepare wo mo
okay
on say the city na onya vision na ni so te no o say say obofu yi we kire me no wa yira na because young boy te say me a me no manu nurujom me te say Martin Luther King mo ene Malcolm X mo o mo kasa on say o hwe video no say Martin Luther kasa edomo a etie no na me de ebe de boko kasa we na obi agye adi na yanko Isaiah 53 verse 1
Isaiah 53 verse number 1 wo fia na wonso ubie otwere kronkron no etwemu bi na me ka wo se dwumadie
Darling Pacho, for our body picture to my wife.
Isaiah 53
verse 1.
Why now? What you are saying can you adi? Never de basano. Why na? Why sooner? Adadi amano ehu.
First of all, my. On say, okay, Isaiah 53 no. Dear, already basa abano sono. Oni enwonya bi. Oni di bi e wo manim ena nipa agenadi.
Nti wa hwe be den so obaginadi.
Ahwe be den so obaginadi. Enti na Yeshua so ka say the coming of the son of man no be yes no time.
Be di anom.
Nipa di nom because they were expecting no the brodi dey atu the trim no say obi firi wie mu ba. On say the city enti na wo dwendwene sa ansem yi hu say eh da kwan be so na me convince me nuanom say ye Israel for na menya vision say ye mesere nko Israel aso we di Exodus no time no eye 1967 enti wo bra wo bobo hu wo na dwene mu no wo se quotation be si di trimu eye Ezekiel 2 pajokan ma ye
Ezekiel 2 verse 1 to 10 na waka che me say oni papa so re jira wona so na me ne wo nkasa na waka che me say na waka che me no hu bi ba mi mu na ema me so jina me nan so na me tie die woni me ekasa no na waka che me say oni papa me le sma wo Israel me enchen amraman atuatefo a wati manim atua eno nchen woni wanjanom afomedie befinne edayi na mema no aye enie na mema no ye enie dinfo a waprim won akoma meresma on nchen na waka kire won fe na awurade nyankopon sie na se wotio na se wotio de wantio anya dara ubehu se odiifo bi aba wo mu na wo ni paba enso won na enso won sem so na enso ne nkase ene won na ewo ho na anyanya nche ho na wotie die na enso won sem na ma wakoma entu uyefo na otio wantio
kamensem chirewon
na woye asuuyefo na wo onipaba tie de America ache wuyi enye se suuyeni enye se suuyeni se asuuyefo efie how wanum
festival
ba wanum
time in the festival my and okay Ezekiel 2 no and motivating say na bishi na ba na say bishi we say free nyankopon ampa de a ene nsankyere ni bedi akiri entumi so me chance say be come message no akire me nuanom nti wo chance say what yes street na wakansem no akire afoforo wona wonim wo mu ni wona woni wo nyina eti dani me anhwe ye next picture no
okay dani ye next picture
eti sabre young boy 27 years on say o hwe na tade na otu say enye easy eti ja wanya enuanum kakra kan ho na wahya ase a o ka message no na ono de no onim say se message no free yenyankopon pa de a ene ensakire ni bedi akire ama ni nuanom atie won eno nti 1967 oguso o ka message 1966 na yetisi 1967 mu no January ena BBC wo US ho na near friends said the great snow.
The
Snow,
great-
January, snow tall USA, a been toss other. Chicago, and until what kind we am I? Where Chicago Sun Times.
Dates, no.
Date near 27th January, Friday, 1967.
Okay.
1967 also, and you catch and say Jenny no, ever chassis.
Okay. Heaviest snow.
But all,
ever.
Danny for picture not to so my paper no, newspaper no.
Sun Times, Chicago Sun Times. Okay. I'll see. Danny change the picture now for Chicago Sun Times in the Tosomani. Now I have phones on ready a to me a kenkano. Because I want some Jumedian when you go so or here the bro, a brother and your beera. Na Sabrino also ube to me a day. O send me sa ne wadrin chere afa 0561358262 so aba ama yakin kanyama kama na make our also say ube to me ashare or YouTube live African Hebrew in Ashanti.
Dani who
and
who picture now.
Okay, my main kind
Facture, what the wa facture.
All right.
Facture after for my.
Heaviest snow ever in Chicago.
A Honson and no
And I when you go so a ocean. So I picture when I nanke pese.
Na mamen can be bigger crowd.
Okay.
Snow tall hon ma afe can't mean to school. Also yatutum. There's a movement cry no enya adwuma because say the snow na eto no anode. Na na we can be bia kire o say say US no confusion e koso. Abrofo ene bibifo eku. Abrofo ne bibifo eku. Ama ye de nkrama ewibi yekum bi. Afe so snow so na ate agui. Enu nti say uye bibini na say ye kan we kire wo a ene na ebra so say eye say wo escape. And say bibi besi ente say wo free ho.
Okay. Yes, I went to a wise.
It's enough. Enu nti ye be share your next video. Snow na eto 1967 Chicago no.
Okay, then if I next video to some na yenko your name. All right. And when you go so
but on you we why?
Okay. Danny for snow no video no and I brand no anymore make I was say and Dr. Mohammed Isa Abebiu wetia ne na chi kakra ne santino and I went to me amekayensa na minim so next week there obeba ama masem ne yenu bnano yetumi akoso make I was say ubetumi nso aba abesoye na asene e odwumadie so ubetumi afre 024453 0202 0244530202 na one empanifo akasa na wabeso dwumadi yasene na afi yabo dwaton de ho dawuro say atwemo na woton say ye nkate ana say dwumadi biara wodie no wo de ba yebetumi aboa ama onso oni yen atumpon abom pepepe meka wo say dwumadi ye de bro e brother ni ma menko messages na menhwe say metumi enya one or two messages edi afamu a na afi no yato adwumadi nso bra ye twen say dani edi video no ebe to so amaya hweno. Okay, I say God bless you for the great job you guys are doing. Our leaders
but I don't know why any video we but I who how the my kind ayi no wa hanum na
okay
next week no ye be share say video no
enti or the buy no or see your friend no Dennis ya can o message no
but
okay my mentor
apart from snow na chi no you say ensanchire ni besi because message ni free yard ya say ensanchire ni si enti what shall say we come message no from 1966 no ye beti see 1967 no what was wa kan message no na 1967 June. Pacho.
After na video naba.
Where pictures? Aha, anti video no the twaso.
Okay.
Slow Toyama, car grano, when Timu move. Ha.
It didn't stop until there were 23 inches on the ground. Wow, the worst snowstorm on record. That'll put some stuff into perspective for you. People went to work and school like normal, but by noon, 8 inches was on the ground, shutting down O'Hare Airport. You may remember this. Some businesses and schools let out early, but cars and buses got stranded in the snow. The city didn't really dig out until 2 days later, thanks to a workforce of 2,500 people, 500 pieces of equipment to clear the street.
Mobilized troops in the Sinai Peninsula requested the removal of United Nations peacekeeping personnel and blocked Israeli ships from passing through the Straits of Tiran. Moves designed to further disrupt Israel's safety and economic stability in hopes of eliminating the country and reclaiming its land. By mid-May, Egypt and Syria had formalized an alliance along with Jordan and Iraq soon after. The countries began to increase their military presence along their shared borders with Israel. Viewing these actions as antagonistic, the Israeli government decided to move swiftly and act offensively. The timeline went like this. On June 5th, the Israeli military launched simultaneous preemptive attacks. The first strike strategy was a resounding success, as Israel's air assaults decimated the Egyptian and Syrian air forces before their planes had even left the tarmac. Jordan's government then entered the fight by starting combat operations in West Jerusalem, where they faced and were quickly overmatched by Israeli defensive counterattacks. With the Arab alliance's air forces incapacitated, Israel was left with advantages on the ground. allowing their troops to expand in multiple directions across the region, overpowering their Arab foes and expanding Israeli territory. By June 7th, the United Nations Security Council called for a ceasefire. The Jordanian leadership accepted immediately, and a significantly weakened Egyptian government did the same on June 8th. The Syrian military retreated from the disputed territory of Golan Heights on June 10th, and the ceasefire took effect for all parties involved the following day, thereby ending the war. More than 10,000 members of the pro-Palestine Arab Alliance were killed. Hundreds of thousands of refugees from the captured territories were immediately placed under Israeli rule. Nearly 800 Israeli troops were also killed. Prior to the Six-Day War, Israel spanned 7,200 square miles, roughly the size of New Jersey, and its population was less than 2%.
Brothers of Fanny, I can't want some no, and when you go so and I wash and I coher Eddie Abanon, the Santino. I mean, my brothers of Fanny are now fair to us.
Say the American say. Apart from that, snow no, a bay and century, a da, some the chin, no. 6-day war, ever to us, a war, Israel. Now, say the American 6-day war, no, now a year between Israel, a Jewish state and a Jew for I call no, any Egypt. Syria, Jordan, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait. That's all more Arab states based 6. And no one Israelis in Nkwa. Now so in the end, no Israelis no every war no. Agents are sitting bebre. Every Arabians na say Palestine for them. Ebians are sitting meanwhile so na Jew for na or na ketu abiu. Na way chere was say the original people of the land no I prepare omo ready omo move from captivity omo ba asase so and aba na omo ba no omo ni akodi na atuo na emom omo ba asetena enti ye say ye de nkofo bi ye nkuru tudwuma no na agi asase no ebitu ho sa enti 1967 and a Jew for ntimi G land no bagaya edeto ho na unim before war no beba so no na Israelis no baby no omo occupy na ye be share map no pacho next picture.
Okay, then if your next picture eto so me here baby Israelis occupy before 1967. Okay,
picture dey hu ye crowd on say o share picture na dey ye green no eh baby omo de Israelis no ekotena ye na Arabians no na wom yellow no omo na wom yellow no it we before say war na be baso no
okay
by the time a war no kwa wie no yen hwe next picture
then the next picture
war no kwa wie no nti o hwe map na watu ni din say disappearing Palestine before 1946 Osha honi nyina na ye Palestinians dia.
Green no.
Green no.
Okay.
And in 1947 UN agi asasini bi ma Jewish for no. Abro mo ko create state no.
I just said Jewish no etwa Palestinian no.
Hu shia nti no mo ededede dem. Nti ba bia ye white no second no. Ba bia ye white no ye Jew for na etete ho.
Okay.
Na 1949 to 1967 na war no course no. Okay, last one now. O say one who say the city. O ma paper Arabians ni nyina just asana to bagaya.
They train the original people.
Na time on nti no ye be kan Revelation 12 verse 6. Na ye de anwasi. Next week ye beto aso.
Revelation 12
verse 6.
What say? Now Obama Dwane ko esreso
oba ni dwane ko esreso tobo kan hunu se oba na ye kan asem me se oba bai Israel ye kan asem no we ye Israel ye de oba ama na ha no ana se Zion baba no ono no ukọ Revelation 17 a obehunu the serpentine seed no eno so ye o represent
Babylon
aboa no abribia wo ye ready say
obechi oba ne banare no
obechi oba no awo Revelation 12 nti Israel asem na ye kana ha no nti o move ye no odwane ko ba bia yesiesie ho ama no paja yenko
o say je onyankopon asiesie ba bi ama no no se ɛna apem ahanu aduosia
ɛna apem ahanu deɛ
aduosia
1260 years 3.5 years.
That's right.
1260 days 3.5 years. Onyabishi no 1966 February. Enti 1260 days to reach the land. And yes, I won't me enter.
Wow.
Na ansa na obekọ no say yedini kosi baby no prepare no no kwa asase ne so. Next week you beto aso wo. Shalom.
Next week you beto aso. In fact tradition no emu do yie papa the scientists one gibre na went me am follow ni ye a wan hwe ana entiase no atimi ayedin ama papa. Sa bread de e braso se won so benya akwanya no wabo awuram na afi no odi wasem bisa ene wo contributions aba na afi no also ode wano abeto nkomodie a yedi mu na number abetimi de afre abaso no so the medical aka na 0531 444816 0531444816 ubetimi afre no abazisia na also oni yen abedi enkomo because raka was said medie ye ho asem ye de bro brother nwumre biara enti no bomodin sa obeka kire adofo na won so watumi aba na nyina yabum edijume kama na me one or two messages be my menhwe me call YouTube and me say Edu I say thank you for your good work. Edu say thank you for your good work. Edu ye da was papa say nwumre onso ode wano abeto ye ho asemu sa na make house onso betumi de ode aba ame akenka I say hello
don't come.
Good evening, Pacho Odini baby our free. I am Pacho frozen. Okay, went to me and you so you cause our channel so bit me afra baso na oni na bedin komo. Yo, you are done well, pa. God bless you. I'm Mingle. Okay.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, boss. Pacho Odini baby our free.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Nampacho, you're frozen.
Mentemonka kura.
Really? Me pacho, minim say already with TV set no and I will tell you free so dia untumi nteminka. Yenka samfa phone no. Hello, afi there. Me say na your network no edge gie kakra. Ba koso na free. Minim say den a unsu ubetom na waba ame di nkomo. When so Ozzy, I'm watching you live from Ejura. Okay, I'm watching you. Hello. Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, hello. Good evening.
Baby,
oh, still
wow.
Good evening. Hello.
Any sign free be my man. Hawaii Pacho. Me say alliance no edge kakra na so no still ubetimi abo awuram aba ama yenso yehunu brothers of fania edina no asi ni yetwen afrefo de brother na avia ma me so mra wo so kakra na yenhwe de won so wo. Hello,
good evening.
Good evening, sir. Pacho udi ni baby afrefi
me dey Steven ko fredia
Steven Pacho yetie wa.
Hello.
Me bacha meto nka o temi nka yen kasa. Network. Network na jeje kakra but all the same no meaning say bibia be fine. Say the na American man go so American me say also ubetumi afre abaso na ye di enkomo na me ka wo say dwumadi ye de bro brother enwumre bia no nkron apɛ mu pepepe na also ubetumi aka ye ho anaza ubetumi aka tre afoforo no wonso wetumi I enjoy. Okay, let's say you use the other line no 0244 because let me say the other line no my problem kakra screen is so sharp number na eguso no ubetumi afre no abadwumadi ne so both the ubetumi afre bia betomu bia no ye na ubedi enkomo kama Okay, also good evening, King Tom. This great show ever. Keep it up. Benobi okay pankrono also ode o message na basana of adan also free achim oda also o hwe ye kama saa so na eye kojo amprofi sister na munyina mo hwe. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Good evening, bro.
Good evening.
Me ba cha udi ni baby a wo frefi.
Ba cha ya se mahal Abdul Karim ni ka se fijira.
Ejra ba cha yeti wa.
Na ba cha ni be se ni bisa papa na se ka create ni se ni di ne mom no asorben ena asorben fu ni sa jeje no.
Brother Stefania yano me o se asorben na mo ye san jeje.
De me ka kire e brother no say onko so anhwe program no next week ye be introduce ye ho amanfo tabu say pa nti next week ne ye be me ehunu ye be me ahwefo nyina ehunu nipa ye
ohin bajo emze wat brother Stefania no ye o de abro no
ka che yo no
ye da se papa so na ni entra ye da se okay unso ubetumi afre abaye twen o call na ya to adwumadi ne so amenko WhatsApp on son kohwe ba ku mienu bi abeka mensa o say I'm from Kumasi. Okay, hello. Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, boss.
Hello.
Bacho meton kapa udi de say na afrifin.
Bacho brother Steven here.
Brother Steven, me bacho enyumre de na wo mai.
Media, a better massive na Yabo Mambasu, media moody, any church, a hospital.
That's it.
Kaka Macan and then you may maniac, papa.
And see that's it, papa.
Which I say, Obadi, the ma, the master name, your bomb bass,
no correct.
And you know, the Akan and say, would be Piala would see program piano. On fana kuma ana na adwen nyina ni akiri obonya enema pa afrim na ono so edibesi ni yi won that ndamase pa nya mi hira mu nyina
yenso ye da se papa se wonso ode wadwen kire aba kama saa na wonso a wo fie no betumi afre aba so na ode wadwen kire anase wo sembisa aba na yenyina ya ka yen ho asem de se yen ho asem de eye me ene wo yen na yebetumi aka ne yie obi biara entimi enka. Hello. Good evening, bro. Bacho ube lowa wo set na ma ne yedi nkomo.
Bacho si.
Bacho lowa wo TV no volume ne ma ne yedi nkomo wadaroma.
I'm alone.
Okay, bacho di ni baby afrefi.
Because if you what you have to.
What you have?
David,
what do you ask him about your tewa?
If I told, if you say, if I say, Palestine for Nakasano, almost me, Fankasa.
Was it free?
Palestine for free.
What do you say?
Palestine for free, Yankasa. Ose Palestine for no move.
Okay, minia abakwasem kakra makanya form ho ne se omo agyanom ene omo ane efro mu se Philistines no. Enti Philistines no ne ya be fro mu Palestinians no. Aha, nti kakra minim fa ho no.
David Mbacho wati?
Mate. Na person who omo ni papa.
Omo before Goliath and Grove for ne omo.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yes, that's papa. All right. So bet me, Afre Abana Fino, wasembisa anaza wo contribution no. Also, Ode Aba, I'll say hi, King Tom. Hello. Good evening, boss. Bacha Odini baby Afrefi.
Bacha Majwe.
Yeah, nia. Na pom ti say.
No, so for. Bacho, program here. Na me bi so mini anu mi abate ana me pese mi hunu mo
but I'm doing one of my baby for I to say, but I know much of the you know, a bit to be more at me. A banner,
Emeza seminya we are opese uhu omunipa ban.
I said they are so
okay. What the kai ya no that.
Say dem kan no. Next week ye be introduce ye hu ye. A kire ahwefo nyina. Ti free work on de ye be kire oba bia. Ye hia ne nipa ye nyina ti nyabotere.
Me ba jo when ya answer no. Okay. Minim say o hwenti no. Ubeko Sora etie next week. Your brother Safani and brother Navia, so be introduce you who ye. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I am Bajo, your brother, and I can say,
Bajo, for them to farm.
You know, Adaro Mankalua who said to the mic a crana.
Okay. Don't put down the top, but I'm on the other side. I'm going to come.
Intina, yes, I was a moment so yasin and the intimate total living count. Momo number be nature go to as on owns over to me. Aha, will be a moment days of a sending a crana, diet, the Abuama, in more time. That's a papa. Aha, said ye. Urano Ekano, ye tam no dear, no craning a meaning is shot. Ye say, ye dear dream de chia, ye very as you frown. Ye won't some be break out and crack a gui and anyone say, hello.
Hello.
Good evening, boss.
Yeah, evening, Mark.
But you would never be out free.
Steven Asem.
Steven Asem.
A movement.
What's it? A movement. There be any movement.
Nigeria. Hello.
Steven, I meet you.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, brothers of Fanny, I say, Yanko Poya, do my next week, obey introduce you, and one more work. Nipa Banya, Enti until then, Wadaroma, Koswa, why? Next week, any in Shia, Nehunu Nipa Kura, why? Episode 4, Emisa Hana Brebe Makwan, Amede of friending in a SC, Nansan Yebekono. Make our say, number no, and a good screen, so no, also ubet me do Kakra Abeboa, Amaya to me, Edia Sojumedi Yasi. Number is 0531444816. Kakrabi abenye bia no betumi asende esiso na onso wetumi aboa amadumedie no aye krabehwe na mame nko brother Anavia so last west anzana efia.
Tede ahwefo ebuta no omubehuyen omubehuyen pa
omahwemache omahwemache ntie pe wo
omunya bete next week ikono hopa na afi ntem akese
ebepie
ene nsempewa ebepie pa
sa ye kukuru mpodi
when ye na ani ne ye wawa ani nti
fe ni ebedom score
afi ni ebedom score pa
okay
ni ehu ye nipa ban a ye
alright
omunya bete mai pa
ene ahwefo mo sempo ye se ye nya abotre na next week ikro no afi ni ebedom score pa nti bomodien na ene ye nkoso enta brothers of Ania ma member of
SMD de beka atwato ne se obu mo hweye no ensem na ye kan mo mo fani agro na ohwa twure no mu a abre bia ya wo choose an anointed person bia no onfa de nipa nyina project say o we de owodi we de what say da bi ma me mo example ebra ye wu Mose no Mose ya frɛ no duruba bi ma ono anu hu nipa ka say na wo kra ho na choose say be ye so pagiri ube committee say de okum obi na na on say the city ye ko Davida ye say ko fa o manyina Jesse fa o manyina bra ne ensra o mongo was o me manyina ni was wo ye sure some was wo ye sure was akaba ku bi a te so onde wote uram baby woni di kura na wagye di it is the least expected and abro bia ya chusu na wode ne ya adwuma yeshua time so sa carpenter ni ba no on say the city eti yewura time the son of man no waba na no honsem ne ya sha ase a ye mom kakra no eti next week mo beti ni nyina ase medase
the son of man has come waba na ne honsem ne ya sha ase a ye boboso no nti gibre na ne yentina e brother anwumre biara se be ya onso ubehunu baby a susan ede bode hono ebekọ akoto yeda ase sabre bia oje bre na oni yetna ene Dr. Mohammed Isa baby o kwanchefo pani a oda Muhiza ba center no wentimi ama ani yen amedi dwuma se watia ne na echi kakra o se memfa ne nchi a ema mo papa sara na brothers fani ya ene brother Anavia ebeka me ho edin a mejeso SMD anaza samo Duodu so menze sai enonti no ene brain so aha ene edi dwumadie ne besi number egu screen so ubetumi ede okakra abeto so abe support program no 0561 0531 444816 0531444816 eno ne momo number abetumi a sponsor yen kakra ewo so na yede abo dwumadie sara so na ubetumi afre 0244530202 for sponsorship. Wajja tonje bia wo se the medical kan say ye body na atoto atwemo akra kro bi biara ye de ye so mu free scratch na ya pejao e de wasi mapon edwa aso ne santi beso beka ye ho ene ye nyina ye mom enyini emom se de be ya ye nyina no ye betumi a celebrate ye ho kama at times ani ye pe dwumadi wa sha ase foforo na nka odo tuma bebo ye dia no ne nyina abum enyini kama no hunu se odo hu bebo ye no sabe okotokro anka esoro yara wase ema omo ne hwe enenso se waje bre ene next week same time afi ne yebedo musuko enti bomodin se next week obesan ehia ye de wase emo adwoa yakrawo
Mama,